Hey everybody, Josiah Martin here, the Alaskan Outsider, and today I'm in Fiji. And today I have a special guest that is a first timer on the Alaskan Outsider vlog series. Please welcome to the stage my new wife, Ryan Martin.
Hi guys!
Whoa, okay, hold on a second. Let me rewind just a few days. So my wife and I, Ryan, just got married in Moose Pass, Alaska. It's a beautiful location nestled in between a bunch of gorgeous mountains, and that's where we decided we wanted to get married. The wedding day was fabulous. We had family fly in from all over the states to come up to Alaska and see us get married. It was a really special moment. So big thanks to everyone that flew up and supported us and was there on the wedding day. We had a blast. So right after the wedding, we drove up to Anchorage for a flight out of the airport heading to Fiji. Now it was going to take 30 hours of travel to make it to Fiji, so we wanted to make sure we could stay there for a while. My wife's a teacher, so she has summers off, so we were able to work out being gone for 18 days. So we land in Fiji, get our bags, and head to our first hotel called the Ramada. This resort was fantastic. We had our own balcony overlooking the beach. We woke up every morning and made coffee and ate fresh fruit while we just watched the sunrise. It was amazing. Then once we were caffeinated up a bunch, we'd go take walks out on the beach, and we even did some interval training running sprints in the sand. Then we'd come back and rinse off in a cold shower because this Alaska boy was getting pretty hot out in the Fiji sun. Once I was cooled off, we headed upstairs to the top deck to eat lunch at the restaurant. This honeymoon was turning out to be pretty darn good. And then we went downstairs to the spa for massages. Wow, were we spoiled. We thoroughly enjoyed this place and loved running out into the ocean, playing in the waves, and just enjoying each other's company and enjoying everything that Fiji had to offer. So I'd actually worked out a deal with the resort to film a promo video for them. So on the second day, I spent a good part of the day filming some of the nice rooms that they had, filming their restaurant, the workout room, parking, just everything you'd want to know about this place I was filming. But later on in the day, we decided to walk into town to a local grocery store to get some groceries for us. It was just over a mile, and we got there, and our eyes were bigger than the hands we had to carry our groceries back with. I didn't want to spend any extra money on a taxi to drive us back when we could walk back. So I loaded up a box and was determined we could make it back to the hotel. Well, just over halfway there, a taxi driver pulled up and said that I looked like I was struggling, and to jump in, he could give us a ride. I was like, no, that's okay. We don't need to spend any money. He said, no, jump in. I won't charge you anything. You look like you're struggling.
Unfortunately, they were really struggling to go to Smugglers, which was a bit far away.
Well, I couldn't turn down a free ride, so we hopped in with him, and that's where I met Bashir. He took us back to the resort, and he was telling us about a bunch of different places that he would love to take us to explore the next day if we wanted to. We were intrigued, so we grabbed his number and headed upstairs for dinner. Up at the restaurant while we were eating our food, we decided to go over our plans for the next day. We only had one day left at this resort before heading on to the next place, Anchorage Beach Resort. We hadn't yet figured out how we would get there, so we thought we'd take Bashir up on his offer to drive us around sightseeing, and then at the end of the day, he could drop us off at the next resort. Our last day there, we enjoyed the sunshine while sipping on a cool drink and then relaxing by the beach and watching the sunset. Then we went to sleep, excited for a big travel day to see more of the island. So the following morning, Bashir picked us up, and the first place was a beautiful spot nestled in the mountains of Nadi. We drove a ways, and then we have arrived at the Garden of the Sleeping Giant. Sleeping Giant is one of the big mountains here on the main island of Fiji called Nadi, and there is a very lush garden here showing off some of the many beautiful flowers and different species of plants and trees all in this beautiful garden walk. So me and my lovely bride are taking a walk through some beautiful lush garden of Fiji. favorite thing about the garden here?
It is so lush and it goes on forever. There's plenty to see and the lookout point was absolutely the highlight.
Yeah, when we broke out on top of the lookout point, we could see both directions for miles and miles, and it's such a beautiful sunny day.
Yes.
And loving it.
Yes, so good.
This place was awesome. There were flowers everywhere. It was really hot. Great views, and we even ran into some cows. And after we had finished the walk, we were treated to a cool and refreshing local drink, and then got back on the road. Next, we stopped at a small local village. The tour guide covered up Ryan's legs and shoulders with a Fijian sarong. Then we walked through as he told us about some fascinating history of the place, and we even saw some cute puppies. After he sang us a song at the church to show off the acoustics, we jumped back into the car to head north up to Latuka, to swing by a fresh produce market, then make it to our next destination. It was a fun day, it was a full day, and we were ready for bed. So at this resort, I didn't have to film anything, so I was leaving my camera behind in the room quite often, just focusing on the honeymoon and spending time with my amazing new wife. It was fantastic. We went on some more walks together on the beach and found this cool old boat that had been beached there. Took some cool pictures of that, and then a train drove right through the middle of our resort, so I hopped on for a little bit of a ride. But for the most part, we were just soaking in the Fiji sun and relaxing. For our last day at the resort, we decided to call Bashir again because he was telling us about even more places that we would want to see in Fiji before we left the main island of Nadi. So he came and picked us up, and we wanted to head to the beach with some waves. So today is already day 5 on our vacation here in Fiji. We got back in the taxi with Bashir, awesome taxi driver here in Fiji, and he took us to Nothing Dollar Beach. It's a beautiful beach. There's waves crashing, a bunch of people surfing and sunbathing, so we're looking forward to it. And I'm gonna put the camera in the car and go enjoy some waves. Well, after some fun times over at the beach, we decided to come to Sigatoka National Park, so where a bunch of sand dunes are. So we're gonna get some exercise, go for a little hike through the woods, up and over onto the sand dunes, down to the beach, and then back to the headquarters here at the National Park.
Look, it says, warning, please mind your head. I think that's for you.
Every day, blue skies every day, salt water coming through the air, just smells amazing. This is Fiji.
Incredible walk, and there's two options. You can go on a shorter hike or a longer hike. We've spent a lot of time in the sun today, so we opted for the shorter hike, but we got to see ocean, we got to see sand dunes, we got to see forest, and that was just in 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, this national park has been awesome, and it's only 2 o'clock. We're still gonna go see a Hindu temple. We're gonna go out to eat, grab some fish and chips, and so much more that Bashir, the taxi driver, is gonna take us to.
Hi, I'm Bashir. I'm a taxi owner. My taxi number is LT7865. It was on Thursday. I was driving towards Smugglers. Then on the way, I saw Josiah. He's working with a big carton and his wife. Unfortunately, they were really struggling to go to Smugglers, which was a bit far away. So I stopped and I said, "Hey, mate, come and I'll take you free without a charge." I offered them my mobile number, so they agreed next day, which was on Friday. They took me to Sigatoka, and when we went to Sleeping Giants. So if anybody wants any taxi service, please call 9092-874 in Nadi. Thank you.
So back in World War II, the US built this post here in Fiji with two massive guns. They're both 7 meters in length with a 6-inch barrel, so just massive guns, and it's looking out to a great point in case any enemy invaders were coming into the port here. The guns were only fired twice since they were built here. The Japanese came up and then a couple of shots and they decided they'd back away. So pretty cool history. Then the Fiji government was able to get a hold of it in 1980 and they started the restoration project. So now it's all really well kept, and the two big guns are still here. And you have a great view, which is why the US picked this point, because you can see for miles up here, and just absolutely stunning. When there's hurricane warnings in this village, the locals actually come up to this bunker and they tuck away until the hurricane warning is passed. So still used by the locals today for safety. The gun site was very cool, but the sun was setting and it was time to head back to our place. The following morning we headed back to the Nadi airport, gearing up to go spend the second half of our stay on Taveuni, which the locals would call the Garden Island because it was so green and lush there. If you'd like to see the second half of our honeymoon trip to Fiji, please subscribe, that way you don't miss it, and many more travel and tip videos. We'll see you guys in the next one.